The pattern started when I was 19. I had just received an internship at a healthcare foundation. I was excited and showed my acceptance letter to my parents. Dad looked at it and laughed. That's not a real job. It's just volunteer work with a fancy title. Mom agreed. Your brother is studying cardiology at Johns Hopkins. That is a real career. This is just community service. I folded the letter carefully and said nothing. My older brother, Michael, became a cardiologist. He was smart, ambitious, and successful. By the age of 35, he was the chief of cardiology at Riverside Medical Center, one of the most respected hospitals in our state. He earned more than $420,000 a year. He owned a $2.4 million house and drove a Porsche. My parents loved talking about him. They showed his achievements to everyone like they were family trophies. My work at the foundation was different. They barely noticed it. Sometimes they even made fun of me. What they didn't know was that I had spent 14 years building something much bigger than they imagined. I started at the Westfield Healthcare Foundation as an intern. At first, I only processed grant applications and organized paperwork. By 23, I was reviewing funding proposals. By 27, I was managing entire grant programs. By 30, I had joined the executive leadership team. And at 33, I became the executive director. The Westfield Healthcare Foundation controlled $4.7 billion in assets. We funded medical research, hospital expansions, medical equipment, and healthcare programs across 7 states. Our decisions affected thousands of doctors and millions of patients the previous year alone. We gave out $380 million in grants. Major hospitals wanted our support. Research institutions wanted our funding. Healthcare executives knew my name because I controlled access to money they desperately needed. One of those hospitals was Riverside Medical Center. The same hospital where my brother worked. My family had no idea. Then came Christmas Eve. My parents hosted a huge family dinner at their beautiful home in Maryland. There was a 12-foot Christmas tree, expensive decorations, catered food, and more than 20 relatives. Mom hired a photographer because she wanted the perfect family Christmas. Michael arrived with his wife, Jennifer. They had just returned from a skiing trip in Aspen. Michael, tell everyone about the expansion, Mom said proudly. Michael smiled. Riverside is building a new cardiovascular center. It will cost $92 million. Everyone listened. It will have advanced heart labs, new imaging equipment, research facilities, and private patient rooms. It will be one of the best cardiac centers on the East Coast. That sounds amazing, Aunt Linda said. Michael continued. We already have $42 million from hospital funds and private donors. We're applying to the Westfield Healthcare Foundation for the remaining $50 million. My fork stopped moving. The Westfield Healthcare Foundation. My foundation. I kept my face calm. You'll get it, Dad said confidently. Look at Riverside's reputation. Any foundation would want to fund you. Jennifer smiled. The application is very strong. Michael personally wrote the clinical results section. I said nothing. The conversation soon moved to Michael's latest medical publication, then Jennifer's promotion. Then their daughter's acceptance into an expensive private school. Finally, Aunt Linda looked at me. Double quotes, Emma, you're so quiet. How is your foundation work? The way she said it made it sound small. It's going well, I answered. Still doing administrative work. Michael asked. Double quotes, yes. Double quotes, Mom sighed. Emma, when are you going to find a more serious career? You're 33. I have a career. Foundation work isn't really a career, Dad said. I looked at him. He continued. It's just nonprofit work. You're helping other people give money away. Jennifer laughed. Exactly. You should get a real career. I stayed quiet. For 14 years, I had heard the same thing. My job was meaningless. My brother was successful. I was wasting my life. Mom looked at me. We raised you to be exceptional. Like Michael, maybe I should have been angry. Instead, I simply smiled. You're all very sure about my career. We're being realistic, Mom replied. That night, nobody knew that 3 days later, I would sit at the head of the table at the Westfield Healthcare Foundation. The board meeting was scheduled for December 27th. 23 board members were there. Doctors, hospital executives, public health experts,